Hi, precious heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. Many decades ago, during my quest for answers as to why there is so much pain and suffering in the world, I became aware that there is a unifying thread of truth running through all of the various schools of thought. This truth is known as the law of the circle. This universal law reveals that with every breath we take, in every moment of every day, we are using our precious gift of life from our Father, Mother God. From the first breath at birth to our last breath at what we call death, we are using God's gift of prana and our life force. Now, what we are at long last remembering through the inner guidance of our I Am presence is that we are responsible for how we choose to use our gift of life. This means the energy we expend in whatever we are thinking, feeling, saying, or doing eventually returns to us through our everyday life situations, and we will experience the results of how we used our life force. At any given moment, our lives are reflecting back to us the sum total of our past experiences and whatever we are currently empowering with our thoughts, words, feelings, and actions. This means that contrary to outer appearances, we are not just innocent victims of circumstance who, through no fault of our own, are being buffeted about by things that are beyond our control. On the contrary, we are co-creating our daily lives, hourly, with every breath we take. If we do not like what is happening in our life, by changing the way we are thinking, feeling, and behaving, we have the ability to create the life we want. Our prana and our life force are pulsating with intelligent atomic and subatomic particles and waves of light from our Father, Mother God. It is not only irresponsible for us to use our precious gift of life haphazardly, it is a sacrilege. The company of heaven and our I Am presence are reminding us once again that our thoughts and feelings are creative and that whatever we are thinking and feeling, we are empowering and sustaining and bringing into tangible form. Now that we are becoming consciously aware of that fact, we have an even greater level of accountability for how we use our life force. The good news is that because of the shifts of energy, vibration, and consciousness that have taken place within every person's earthly bodies since the birth of the new decade in 2020, our I Am presence has fully integrated into our earthly bodies and now has the ability to intervene in our life in new and profound ways. During the powerful influx of light we are experiencing, as we continue ascending through the Aquarian gateway, the company of heaven is encouraging us to be more disciplined in the way we choose to use our precious gift of life. For those of us abiding on earth, the law of the circle is just like the law of gravity. Even though we may not understand the laws of physics or comprehend just how gravity works, We are all subject to it just the same. It is immaterial whether or not we believe in gravity. If we jump off of a roof, we are going to fall to the ground. It is just that simple. The law of this circle is like gravity. It does not matter whether or not we believe that with every single thought, feeling, word, or action we express goes out from us into the world on an electromagnetic current of energy, like a radio or television wave, and then returns to us through our everyday life experiences. But that is exactly what is happening, scientifically, to the letter, with every breath we take. Anything that is manifesting in our life at this time that is not based in love is a human miscreation. These challenging and often painful things are being returned to us through the law of the circle so that we can experience the results of our actions and transmute back into light the precious electronic light substance that we misqualified at one time or another through our creative faculties of thought and feeling. The negative things occurring in our daily lives were either deliberately or inadvertently created during our earthly sojourn when we made the free will choice to express our thoughts and feelings in ways that were not based in love. During this cosmic moment, you and I and the rest of humanity are ascending into new levels of divine consciousness. Daily and hourly, the light of God is increasing on Mother Earth. With this divine intervention, each and every one of us now has the ability to co-create tangibly in our earthly experiences the patterns of perfection being revealed in Mother Earth's new contingency plan. In order to help us accomplish this, the company of heaven is reminding us of how our Father, Mother God intended for the law of the circle to work while we were learning to become co-creators. At this point in our evolutionary process, we are so used to dealing with the pain and suffering in our individual and collective lives that it is difficult for us to fathom that there was a time ever when those horrific things didn't exist. But there was such a time prior to our fall from grace. In the beginning, the law of the circle was always a joyous experience, and it functioned as God intended. Moment by moment, our I Am presence gratefully received our prana and our life force from our Father, Mother God, and breathed this intelligent light through our crown chakra into our heart flame. Once this intelligent light entered the divinity within our immortal, victorious threefold flame, it was stamped with our individual electronic light pattern. This electronic light pattern is unique for every child of God, and it is given to us at our inception by our godparents. This unique pattern is how the universe knows what energy belongs to whom, and it is how the law of the circle is flawlessly accomplished for every son and daughter of God. Once our life force was imprinted with our individual pattern, The atomic and subatomic particles and waves of energy contained within this gift of life were available for us to use as we went about the business of our daily lives, learning to become co-creators with our God-parents. We would observe the patterns of perfection in the causal body of God, and then, through our unique ways of thinking and feeling, we would use those patterns and our free will to co-create new and previously unknown patterns of perfection. Since we had not created any painful human miscreations yet, we were able to focus our attention exclusively on expanding the borders of heaven on earth as our Father, Mother, God intended. With every thought, feeling, word, or action we expressed, our life force flowed forth from us on an electromagnetic current of energy, very similar to the way radio and television waves pass through the atmosphere. Our current of energy reverberated with whatever frequency of vibration we charged it with, depending on our frame of mind and the way we were feeling at the time. As our current of energy traveled to its destination, it accumulated other energy along the way that was vibrating at the same frequency. Like attracts like. For instance, if we were sending love to someone, our current of love magnetized other currents of love to itself as it traveled along the way. By the time our current of love reached the person we were thinking of, it was vibrating at a much more powerful frequency of love than we originally sent out. Our current of love blessed the person in ways that were in alignment with his or her divine plan. And then this loving expression of our life force began its journey back to us and ultimately to our Father, Mother, God, thus fulfilling the law of the circle. The first phase of our life force's journey is called involution. The involution of our life force begins in the heart of God, then passes through our heart flame, and culminates when the life force reaches the furthest point of its destination once we send it forth into the physical world of form from our thoughts and feelings. After this intelligent electronic light substance completes the path of involution, it must then return to our Father, Mother, God, the source of all that is. The return phase of its journey is called evolution. Involution and evolution are the dual activities of light that reflect the law of the circle, the out-breath and the in-breath of our Father, Mother, God. On the return evolutionary path, our current of love is magnetized back to the identical electronic light pattern which is pulsating within our heart flame. Once again, on the return journey, our current of love accumulates other frequencies of love along the way. By the time our current of love reaches us, it is greatly magnified over what we originally sent out. As a result of this amplification, it is possible that the positive energy magnetized to our original expression of love gathered enough momentum on its return journey to manifest in our life as a healing, or a financial success, or a new friendship, or a success with our job, or myriad other seemingly unrelated things. This is the divine potential of all of the positive thoughts, feelings, words, and actions we express every day. After our positively qualified, intelligent life force returns to our heart flame, and we tangibly experience whatever blessings were co-created through our expression of love, our I Am presence is then responsible for returning that energy back to the heart of our Father, Mother God. This process completes the law of the circle. When our life force is qualified positively, this process works perfectly. If, however, we charge the intelligent electronic light from our life force with negative thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, everything changes. The important thing the beings of light want us to contemplate this week is the fact that when the intelligent electronic light substance from our gift of life returns to us on its evolutionary path, it can only pass through our heart flame and return to our Father, Mother God if it is vibrating with the same or a higher frequency of light than when we originally received it. Love, of course, fulfills that requirement, and so do many other positive things that we might empower with our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. But how many times every day are we obliviously using our precious gift of life, of this intelligent life force, to empower things that are not based in love or the pure and perfect frequency of God's light? Dear one, this week, continue paying attention to the things you are co-creating every moment with your thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself if they are qualified with enough love and light energy to easily pass through your heart flame on their journey back to the heart of our Father, Mother God. God bless you. I look forward to being with you next week.